All right. And now I welcome on the fourth fastest American marathoner of all time, Biya Simbassa. Congratulations, fresh off a 2:06:53 in Valencia. I know it's been just a couple days, but how are you processing this performance? It took a lot of people by surprise, but I know you've been working hard towards this goal for the past couple months. How have the last few days been?
Yeah, thank you, Chris, for having me. Dude, it's been I'm still processing, and it was a it was a cool moment, and it was fun week. Being in Valencia and being a part of that marathon, and I don't know, it's just a history.
I love it. So we got the chance to chat about your history, your upbringing, going through JUCO and then Oklahoma. The last time we did a podcast together, that was in 2022, which is crazy to think about because you've gone through so many changes since then. At that point, you were with Under Armour Dark Sky, working with Coach Stephen Haas. Then after that, you were coached by Ryan Hall. And then I think it was after, not that long after the marathon trials, Ryan, I think, decides to scale back on, the number of athletes that he's coaching. I think he's mostly only coaching Sarah now. And so now you've been working with a new coach as well. So we've got a lot to catch up on. First off, let's start maybe at the beginning of the year. For you, you were focused on the marathon trials. You end up finishing 11th, 2:12. I've talked to enough people in your circle, who had some high hopes and expectations for you at the marathon trials where they were saying B is the guy that no one is talking about. He's very overlooked, very fit, training's been going well. He's been crushing it in Flagstaff. And then on the day, it's tough because it's one race decides who goes to the Olympics and who doesn't. And only three guys get to make it, and three guys have to have, the best day. You end up finishing 11th. But again, you're still so young in your marathon career. How did you feel going into the marathon trials and then, processing that result?
Yeah, marathon trial is experience for me because that's my second marathon. Going in, I was in good shape and I was ready to run. I think I've done everything I can in my power, training and leading to the trials. Just I made a lot of mistakes on my side. I didn't go with the leaders because of the weather. Everybody's talking, those guys gonna die, they're gonna come back, and my coach and I, Ryan, we decided like if they're going too fast, they're gonna come back, which is that's not what happened. By the time I react to, they're not coming back. Like I was like, I can't be here. By the time I react to this, too late. Like, the race doesn't happen from the back. If you wanna be make the team, gotta be in the front. I learned in the hard way, and it sucks, but it's like it's an experience, and now I'm using that to my next marathon. Like, that's it's a learning marathon. You don't learn from one or two, and I'm still new to it. So yeah, that's how my fitness. I mean, I was in great shape. I was doing every workouts, and just the error mistake uh, I made in my side. Nothing has to do with coaching. Nothing has to do with training. It's just personal decision.
Yeah. So, I mean, for you, realistically, did you believe you had a chance to make that Olympic team? I know it was a little bit complicated too, right? Because you didn't have the standard. You had to get your world ranking up high enough to be in the quota, and it was all complicated. But what were the conversations like with you and Ryan at the time about your Olympic chances?
I Ryan said I had a big chance because of the field, the way my training is going and the way I was responding to a workout and long runs, but we didn't know there is a pacer up in the front. Somebody trying to get the Olympic standard. That's I find out after the race is over, and I didn't know. Ryan didn't know. I think I was capable of going that pace with those guys, and it's like a championship racer. I think I'm capable of running that kind of pace, but it's a mistake happened, you know. From now on, hopefully it won't happen again, you know. But I mean, everybody has some has something to learn from it.
You as a marathoner is so interesting because when we did sit down in March 2022, this was right after you'd run Houston. Your PB was, I think, like 61 at the time. And I remember asking you, I was like, what do you think of the marathon? And you're like, still someday. Like, I've got unfinished business on the track. Then you debut in the marathon in Prague in 2023. How did you feel about that first attempt? You mean you run 2:10? It was a solid first marathon. But did you feel like, okay, the marathon is going to be my event?
Um, I always believe the way I run and the way what like my strength is a longer distance. And Ryan and I, we decided back then when he was coaching me, like he said, like, I don't want you to debut at the trials, let's find something. That way you can have experience. We don't have to worry about the time and just go have a good time and have the experience the marathon, how it feels. Yeah, like for me going there to run, I don't know. There's no time. Like you just like go and compete, and I ended up running 2:10 something. So that's like, oh, okay, marathon is fun, because I didn't hit the wall. And they say like when you get to like 30K, that's when things happen. I'm like, when is this gonna start hurting? I mean, it did, but just yeah, that's how my first marathon started, and since then I enjoy the marathon process, man. The work and the daily grinding, the workout you do. So yeah, that's how it started.
In your debut, you said you didn't really feel the wall when everyone does, right? Like everyone else says you get to 20 or 21 and then it starts to get hard and you were just like, "No, I'm fine." You do obviously everyone gets tired at the end, but you cross the finish line, you run 2:10. Did you feel that fatigue at the trials in the late miles or not really?
Yeah, because I was going faster. I was not pacing myself. Like I'm trying to catch to the leaders. We go in the same pace, but it's still they're going the same pace I'm going. I'm going a little bit too faster than what they were going. So that's I lost a lot of energy. I remember I tell CJ like let's work together. CJ was like, nah, you go ahead. I'm gonna wait for a little bit, which is smart, He ended up passing me and he ran a smart race. That's why experience comes in, right? For him is done couple marathon. For me, like I'm rookie. I'm trying to get used to it. And I thought I don't know, maybe it's a 10K the way I was running. Yeah, like I say, it's experience marathon. You gotta not learn. You gotta do multiple. They say you have to do like 3, 4 to figure it out. But that's this is my third one, and I think I'm getting there.
Yeah, I think you're getting there too, because on your third one, you run only three other Americans in history have ever run faster than you. Uh, so after the trials, though, what were your feelings? Like, were you disappointed? I know it's like you're still so young in the marathon that it's like maybe this wasn't my Olympic cycle. By the next one, that's when you'll be, very sharp and experienced in the marathon. That is like my best chance to make a marathon Olympic team. And then it's so interesting because I'm looking at your results from this year and like you didn't run the track this year either.
No, I mean for sure I was very disappointed and because of the work I put in and what I'm capable of doing it and then I believe in myself, my coaches does and I just didn't perform the way I was supposed to be. So that's like, oh well, this is gone, there's something else and it's just fun to see even those guys, even I didn't make it and make it very interesting and you don't get that a lot and I was kind of happy for them and I was like in my side I'm like well I guess it's I have to wait the next 4 years to I would try again.
Did you think you were going to go back to the track?
No, I wasn't because track is there's a lot of stuff back then. Like I don't, Under Armour, they didn't come out with the spike shoes. Or I'm like, my size is not available. I'm like, there's no point if you don't get the style you run track with it. There's no point for me to go back and waste my time. I decided to just focus on the circuits and road races, and yeah, that's how I ended up doing it. And also, like building up, thinking about what gonna come next, and just blind out, and just stay on the road for the rest of the year.
W- You've been a regular at all of the USATF like road racing races like for the last couple of years. Like if there's a 8K championship, you're there. If there's a 15K championship, you're there. If there's a 20K championship, you're there. What do you get out of all of these races where it's sort of like it's good championship racing experience, and sometimes I guess like they're weird distances, but they're fun to for you to get more experience on.
Yeah, I mean, for me, like, I
And it's
don't want to
money.
get,
Yeah.
yeah, it's money. No, I mean, love it. The race organizers, they're great people, and I think I made a good relationship with everybody. And when they buy me, I respect to, go that race and, do that too. I also don't want to just keep training, I rather mix it up. And it just mentally, why not? It's a good time to just go and do it. 8K, I might not win, but I might be top five.
Yeah.
But
So this
good.
summer, right? Like you got the 10K champs out here in New York where you ran 28:18. You won that one. But if I'm looking at all of them, what was the one that really stood out to you as like, okay, training's going really well and maybe you didn't win, but like this is a good sign. Is there one of the races that sticks out to you?
Yeah, the 20K for sure. Hillary take out too fast, and for me, I'm still like building up for the marathon. I didn't like my mileage is still. I didn't cut that week like that. I don't know. I don't think I cut any, and even 10K when I did it, I was high mileage, and just like for me, this race is just like it's a hard workout. Like just go and race, and you'll get benefits. I'll get something out of it. Even though I don't win it. Yeah, that's what I did it, and 10K the same thing, and I ended up being winning that one because the top course. Yeah, racing is for me it's just fun. It's just like mentally you get break from training. Marathon is not an easy thing, man. Training is like just like you put mileage week after week, and but just breaking out is just helps a lot.
And then at what point does Ryan tell, the group, Rory, you and the guys, it's like, okay, he's gonna take a step back from coaching. And then what are your thoughts at that point of like what does this mean for you?
Yeah, I mean, the Ryan tell us after marathon, the trial, the Olympics marathon trials. No, not trials, marathon. And he sent the email and send it to everybody. I was like, it's funny. I thought it's like send it to me, just me. I'm like, oh, what did I do? But I respect his decision. It's nothing, I guess, to Ryan. He wanna do what it makes him good for his family and what makes him happy. So we're still good friends. He still give me advice, still my mentor. Nothing. Yeah, I think every 4 years that's where everybody make decision. I think he made a decision at the right time, and he doesn't want to waste everybody's time if he's not want to do it. Or I think I respect it, and I wasn't react to it. I wasn't upset about it. I was like, oh, I just send him thank you for everything you've done for me. So yeah, like I said, it's still my mentor. So he still give me advice. So I saw him at Valencia, he gave me advice. It's just like, nothing personal.
Yeah. And so then how did you land on Ian Carter as your coach?
Ian used to coach by Ryan. So we used to be a teammate. And also when Ryan is not in town, like when Ryan goes to Christopher with Sarah for like a month or so, Ian in charge of the workout, like me, Rory, some other guys on the team. So I really, I when in a run, I just like, observe it and like, what kind of guy, like I just listen to him what he says and I kind of liked it. And, for me, it's too close to like talk to somebody and trying to like, because Ryan and I, we make a plan to do Valencia. That's a big goal. That's our goal. We're locked into that. I didn't want to like go to somebody else trying to get used to their training. So I'm like, Ian, man, what do you think? And I think is there any way you can help me because I don't know. I'm not a marathon coach, and then he actually sent me the workout. I was like, oh wow, this is my workout. I just trust it. It's crazy. I just trusted and I didn't question him anything. Like we should do this, we should do that, and I just buy into it and just did the work. And man, is the rest of history.
Why did you and Ryan first start talking about Valencia?
Uh, because I was trying to do Chicago. I couldn't get into Chicago because 210 is not gonna get you to Chicago because everybody wants to do Chicago. Valencia, I had a good relationship with the race organizer. I've done half marathon twice over there. So, and I told how we like maybe see if I can get to Valencia, and then Mark, the race organizer, get back to him is like, yeah, the last group is gonna be 206:30. So is Biya okay with that? I'm like, I guess I'm trying to get into the race. I don't know because I don't know if I can run that time. Yeah, that's how we planned it, and then yeah, we ended up sticking into Valencia for sure.
Wait, so the goal of 206:30 is the last pace group at for the men in Valencia. And so when you learn this, does your training change or anything, or like what were you training for as like a time range or goal that your fitness was in?
I was like, to be honest with you, I was hoping like I could find a group that goes to 8 or 207, because Valencia is huge, man. It's like over 200 just profile that they're hosting. I'm like, if I can't find a 230 group, I mean 206:30, I can't go with them. Somebody's gonna be there that will run 208. And I just get back to work and the workout we didn't crash it, but we close to that pace, the 206:30 pace. But yeah, I ended up like, I don't know, workout being going well long runs and it's still even going there. I wasn't planned to run 206. I wasn't planned to go like 206:30 group. And I was asking around people like which you run, and then I remember Andy Buchanan, the Australian guy, I was talking to him like, what you plan to run? It was like 207:30. And maybe we don't have other guys who's gonna join us. And it's funny, the night before, it's like, oh, I'm going 206:30 group. I'm like, okay, I'm going that too. So yeah, that's how I knew my training's going well, prepared. I just don't know it's a marathon. You don't know what's gonna happen. But I ended up going with the group.
Yeah. All right. Let's dive into the race because we obviously didn't see it because the cameras follow the guys up in the front going,
Mm.
202 pace. So you get on the starting line, you find the 206:30 group, the race takes off. How do things go from there?
Uh for me, I was right back of the group. If they go 259 or 257, I couldn't still go three flat per K. That was my goal. I was in way back. When I say back, it's like they're probably like 50 meters in front of me. So I stick to that plan and we came through half. I looked at my watch. I'm like, oh my God. I was so nervous. Like I still had the confidence, but at the same time, I was nervous. Like this is too quick, like 25 seconds faster than what they planned to go.
What was that half marathon split?
62:50.
Okay.
It's supposed to be like 63:15 or something like that. So I'm like, well, I'm here, might as well commit it. And I ended up, well, until the last 5K when Chesarik and a couple guys start running quicker. I'm like, you know what? My goal is stay here, go to 40K, to flat, whatever. I won that. And then the last two, I was like, you gotta go, man. So it was fun.
All right, so after the halfway point, you look at your watch, you see the crazy split. Like, how do you get yourself to calm down after that?
Uh, because I still feeling good, right? I'm still okay. I wasn't like struggling or anything, but I was like, you know what? Relax. I know it's fast. Just just not worry about the pace. Like the good thing about Valencia is every road is like you don't feel the pain. Like everybody's cheering for you. It's just like I feel like I got energy like keep going, like it I was, I stick with those group as much as far as you can, and at some point they might like go faster because I can see they're feeling good and they're trying to like just trying to go for it. And yeah, I stick to the back group and until 37, 38K or something like that. And then those guys start running quicker, and then I'm like, I stay here too, just bring it home and nothing. I don't want to make any mistake, trying to go with them too soon. Yeah, because I have an Andy with me, and he pulled away the 40K. So he as well. It felt great. I mean, so like I dropped from that group. I still have two, three guys to run with the pace I was running.
So, uh, this is so fascinating because like it all happened so I wouldn't even say spontaneously, but like it's the most magical sort of 206 performance that I've ever heard of. Everyone always talks about just like what makes Valencia just so fast and like no idea. Is it the course, the environment, the time of year, the weather? What is it? Like now that you've experienced it, what made the Valencia course so fast?
I would say it's everything, man. And everything you said is they got it right. Like, the marathon, you go to major marathon, like at some point there's nobody. This is like, I would say the whole course, thousands of people. And the weather is there's no wind, great weather, and they have a good pacers, and you have so many people that anybody can run with, it's just like one of if you want to run fast, that's a place you have to go. And if you want to crack something quicker, I would highly recommend it. And they know how to put it. They know how to host it.
So even in those late stages, I know you were trying to play it cautious so you don't like mess anything up. Again, when we talk about the wall in the marathon, did you feel the fatigue in this one?
I would say fatigue, but my leg is heavy and my hamstring is start getting tight. And yeah, because I haven't run this fast pace. Like, I've run for the half, but for the full, I'll be crazy saying, "Oh, this is, I can do this." It's just a mental game at the end of it. Telling myself, "You got this, you got here." Just bring it home, and I'll live with the outcome, and the outcome ended up being amazing, man.
Yeah. What does this do now for your own goals, aspirations for the marathon? Because I probably like sped everything up. When you're maybe going into this training block or even into the race thinking 208 would have been a good race, like you just dropped all the way down to 206.
Yeah, I'm still new to the marathon. I've run 206 means I know everything about it. I'm still learning. You know, this is like my goal is it's a process. Don't jump. I don't want to jump the process. I want to be go through the process and the best athlete I can be. And the confidence is high now, and I know what it takes to get to there, and the training and what you have to do. It's all about do little things. Just don't change anything. Keep doing what you be doing, and I think marathon is about patience. It's I don't want to be like round 206. That means I'm above the world. It just 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 keep it normal.
I want to check a couple of their boxes on like the elements that have made people faster over the last couple of years, right? So there's training. You had a great training block, working with Coach Ian Carter. And then after that, obviously the shoes. The shoes that you wore in Valencia, what can you tell us about them? And like, I guess like how long have you been training in those?
You know, it's funny. The Under Armour just got a, they built a new shoe sharing around within New York. For me, I haven't trained with the shoe because they didn't have my size. Um, the funny they had size 11 and a half, which is the co-finder size. So Will's been great to me. Like he's the way to get me a pair of shoes, and I only did one workout, like 2K on the track, and then I was like, I'm gonna save it. I'm not gonna even trying to do the whole workout with these shoes. No, man, it ended up being a great shoe, and I was happy with it. And I don't think nobody ran fast time with the Under Armour shoes, so I'm one of them who's done it, and it just made me happy.
Yeah. So wait, you only wore those shoes that you raced in for 2K in a workout, and then you
Yep,
raced in them.
yep,
That's
yeah,
it.
that's true.
Wow.
Yep, yeah. I don't know, everything just planned out somehow the way I want it. You know, I don't know a lot about the shoe, but they gave me this good shoe, share and wear it. I'm gonna wear it. So nothing. I don't think it'll change anything. But it's all about confidence and belief. I believe in my training, and I put a lot of work, and so I think just I didn't want to make a big deal of I didn't train with the shoe, I didn't train with the shoe. I just went with it, and it was a good one.
All the people who say nothing new on race day, and here you are, you're just like, all right, I'm gonna race in these shoes for the first time. All right, fueling. How was your fueling during the race?
My feeling was good. I didn't have any problem. Missed the first 5K. I think somebody took it. I don't know who took it and it ended up being one guy gave me his drink. So I shared with him. He shared with me. So which is in the 5K, I didn't need it that much. I just want to have a little bit of it. On the second one, I make sure I get my bottles, and my bottles has been. I didn't miss any. So yeah, I took a lot of gels and mixed drink, and yeah, they set it out really well. I just ended up being somebody maybe knock it down or somebody grabbed it. Somehow I didn't find it. So yeah, it was good.
And then Pacers, like it was just you working, whatever it was, 20, 50 meters back of the Pacers with Andy next to you. And that was it, right?
That's it. That's it. Andy is like, we're good. He keep telling me like, splits every 5K. Because he's a great guy, he's trying to help me out, not going too fast. And yeah, it's just that, everybody's shooting for the same thing. So like everybody's nice to each other. Somebody missed the water, everybody shares. So it's just a group of guys has a goal to like, helping each other and get to the finish line.
So what do you want to do now? Is it sort of like take on a challenging course like a Boston, maybe go find another fast course? I mean, there's London, there's Tokyo. Tokyo's a little bit soon, but like, in terms of your head, like what do you want to explore now in your own marathoning career?
For me, I just want to enjoy the break now. So,
Yeah, yeah.
my agent told me like, don't even worry about it and just go enjoy a break for sure. That was our at some point, but I don't know what is my schedule will be next year, and that's something I need to sit down and talk to my mentors and my circle and my team and see what makes sense and what I'm excited for. You know, marathon, you have to excite for something. It's not about, I don't want to just go do it because somebody else is doing it. I have to be excited. I want to do it. Like it has to come from my heart. You know, that's something I'm thinking about it right now. It's a process. You know, like I'm still sad about this. Like,
Yeah.
hopefully, I should shut it down and say like, oh, what's next? You know, and I don't want to be ahead of myself because I run this means I don't have to be, you know, make
Yeah.
a quick decision.
No, definitely. You get to enjoy this one for a while. So I'm sure, what are you, not no running for 2 weeks and then you'll get back into it lightly or what?
I did run then Tuesday because I was traveling. I'll be running the last 2 days 4 miles because I want to run this week and then take off next week
Hmm.
because I don't want any injury to pop up, you know, after the marathon, just shut it down. So yeah, 2 weeks. I don't know. I'm not planning to like do any race early next year. So my goal is to back to like maybe training, workout and like next year, early next year in January or something like that. So nothing major that I'm planning on it. So yeah, I'm just wanna enjoy it, go see family and you know, take this step by step.
Yeah. Well, Bia, congratulations on an excellent marathon performance in Valencia. I'm sure this will get you into Chicago next year if you choose to do that. Uh, but this was such a great surprise to close out the year, and I'm excited for what it means for your marathoning career in the future.
Yeah, thank you, Chris, man. Thanks for everything. And I appreciate you, man.